It is a new year, and for many people, that means trying to take a new look at their finances. So Bryce Marshall with the Better Business Bureau joins us with some of the things you should consider. Bryce, thanks for being here today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Good to see you again. Now, the new year, a lot of people have new goals, and a lot of that has to do with their finances. So you have some tips for us. What are they?
Yes, so we're saying this is a new year, new finance. It's 2022, and everyone is trying to, get better about their goals with money. I would say that's one of the top things with New Year's resolutions. And everyone's wallets might be a little bit lighter after all of the holiday season. So we said the first thing you want to do is inventory your credit cards. What do we mean by what do we mean by when we say this? So whenever you're going through your credit cards, you might have a lot or you might have a little bit. So you want to write down every single balance you have. You might want to put them in least to greatest or greatest to least, whichever works for you. This way you can actually see what all your balances are for your credit cards. Not everyone has the apps for these, and that's perfectly fine. You can just go on your desktop. You can write them all down and log in that way. You might also want to write down what the APR is for every single credit card. And experts go back and forth on this. Some will say you need to pay off the cards with the highest interest rates, of course, the highest APR. And it really just kind of depends on what your balances are. If you have high balances with high APR, then you might want to go ahead and take care of those first, because the interest rates, you'll just keep paying back way more than what that balance is. Other experts, on the other hand, will say pay off your smallest balances first, just so you don't have a whole bunch of credit cards that have some kind of balance on there. And that way it shows you are paying off credit cards and you are helping at your credit score at the same exact time.
Yeah, definitely. There probably can be a lot of extra charges with all of that, too. Next, you have avoid unethical businesses and scams. What does that mean?
So whenever we say this, we're not saying that anyone is real or just willing to go ahead and put their money towards a scam or towards some unethical business. It happens to everybody, unfortunately. And it's really hard these days to tell what is a scam and what's not. And we talk about this all the time with you guys and the local stations, and we have an abundance of resources about how not to get scammed. And so basically with the new year, if you have been scammed before, that should be one at the top of your list. You don't want to get scammed again, because no one wants to put money towards something that is either a knockoff or counterfeit or get nothing at all. And so this should be at the top of your list, because, why would you want to spend money on something that, is not even a real product, or put your money towards a contractor that, you could put down thousands of dollars on that and just waste a lot of money on that. So that should be at the top of your list. We always preach, go do your research, go to our website, do as much research as you can on these businesses, go to bb.org, and that way you can avoid being scammed and losing any money.
Yeah, and report it to you guys. And your last thing is create a budget for the new year.
Yeah, some people might say, what is a budget? Not everyone has a budget. And so there's different ways you can create this. There's really no right or wrong. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish with your budget. Are you trying to save more money? Are you trying to pay off debt? Are you trying to invest in different things? Are you trying to have extra money towards, some kind of emergency repair? Really, the list goes on. So it really just depends on what you want to do with that budget. There's all different kinds of resources online. If you've never created a budget, we have different tips online about this, where there's all kinds of different online tools that can help you, or financial advisors just in our region or online that can help you out. And so what you might want to do with your budget, if you have a lot of debt, like we talked about before, you might want to put that at the top of your list. Well, I want extra money to put towards debt. And really that could just come down to, less money being spent on going out to eat. You might want to cook and stay home more, less shopping. Whatever the case may be, it just really depends on what your needs are, what you're trying to accomplish. And creating a budget just makes it a lot easier, and it's a lot less messy that way too.
Okay, Bryce Marshall, great advice. Thanks for being here. Good to see you again. Even though we're virtual, good to see you.
Good seeing you as well.